Hello and welcome to the Bill of Rights mini unit. This is the final project for ETC 610. This project is designed to be a 3-week module, basically to teach students about the Bill of Rights, to go a little bit more in depth into the Bill of Rights. Throughout this course, we will do primary source analysis, secondary source analysis. There'll be large group discussions, small group discussions, then a Supreme Court case analysis. Each week you'll have different cases to look at. And by the end of the class, you will be creating your own website to basically display an argument for social change. So each week you're going to have different requirements. Actually you have the same requirements, but different things you have to do with your requirements. So first thing you're going to have is Supreme Court analysis. We'll get to that on the next page. You have weekly discussion posts. This will be done through Google Docs, and we'll all be responding to each other within discussions. Each week you'll have to respond to at least 2 members of the class, and these are all going to be opinion-based. So I'm not looking for you to basically rewrite the Constitution. I'm asking for your opinions about the Constitution. And as you see the discussion posts, you'll see kind of how it's supposed to work. The third thing you'll be doing each week is there's going to be group assignments. Within the group assignments, I'm suggesting that you meet either Skype, Trello, or Google Hangouts. I actually am going to recommend Google Hangouts. At MCPS, you all have Google accounts, so Google Hangouts is the easiest way to do things. That's kind of why we're doing Google Docs and Google Slides for everything we're going to turn in. So within the group assignments, each week you'll be doing something different. You'll have to take on different roles. There's facilitators, timekeepers, and recorders. So as you're going through, make sure you're switching up the assignments or the personal responsibilities you take on. Last, we have our course standards. These are pretty common for all classes. So at the top, you're going to be able to switch from week 1 to week 2, week 3, or to the works cited page. So if we go to week 1, we're going to see kind of what the class looks like. So if you scroll down, or if you look at, actually when we start, week 1 is amendments 1, 2, and 3. You'll see resources on the left. I recommend you go through and read or watch the videos for all of the resources before you actually start any assignments. The resources kind of give you a background about the amendments, and they'll help guide you as to what you're going to be talking about in your group discussions. Also on the right, you're going to see a little welcome message. Each week has a different welcome message, kind of introducing you to what will be happening within that week's module. So next, if you scroll down, each week is going to have this. You're going to see the schedule. You'll see everything is going to be due on a certain day at midnight. Basically, that gives you the most amount of time possible while still respecting your peers. So in week 1, we have your emoji introduction project, which is due Monday at midnight. We have Supreme Court cases, which again, always going to be due Tuesday at midnight. Discussion 1 is always going to be Wednesday at midnight. That's your initial response. You'll have to respond to a classmate by Friday at midnight. And then for group meeting 1, you need to turn in your paper by midnight. So as you'll see here, assignment 1, it lays out exactly what you need to do. It'll show you an example and give you where you need to write it, along with the due date at the bottom. If you look at the Supreme Court analysis, these are all going to look very, very similar. If you just click on the link, you'll make a copy of the Google Doc. It's pretty simple to do. You go to File, or when it loads, there we go. You'll go to File and make a copy. Then when you're finished with the assignment, you will share it with me via email. So the Supreme Court analysis, basically all we're looking for you to do is to learn about the case a little bit. So some of them are going to be readings, some of them are going to be videos. So the Engel versus Vitale, some are videos. It's to give a brief, just a few facts about the case, to kind of give some background. The amendments involved for all these are going to be 1, 2, or 3. Then how the Supreme Court rule. And this is going to be very, very important to understanding why the Supreme Court rules certain ways, or how the Supreme Court interprets the amendments through their rulings. So if you go back here, you will see our weekly discussions. The question is always going to be bolded. And again, we're going to do the same thing. You go to Google. For this, you're not going to make your own copy. You are going to write directly onto the Google Doc that I provide. So you'll put your name in, you'll put your response to the question, and then by Friday you need to respond to 2 different people. And when we say respond, we're looking for you to actually extend their thoughts. Just don't agree with them or disagree or agree with them. If you disagree, say why. If you want to extend on it, but say, I agree, and I also think blank, then that is perfectly okay as well. So the last thing you'll see on each week is going to be your group assignment. For this group assignment, you students should be reading through the quote and answering these questions. So basically what you need to do is have a facilitator, kind of make sure everyone's staying on task, timekeeper to make sure that you guys are keeping time and understand how quickly you're going through things. And then the last thing you're going to want to do is have the recorders write down your group's answers. And like I said, these are all going to be opinion-based. Does this argument have merit? How would a conservative respond? And so on and so forth. So week 2 and week 3 are largely going to be the same. I'll spend a little bit more time on week 2 just because week 2 is going to introduce your end of the week project, or this end of the course project. This is going to be a group project, and you're basically making a website through Weebly. So you'll see the introduction and requirements, the rubric for the assignment, and then an example website. One thing to note for this example website is you need to be more in depth than I was with this website. So you can see I kind of do everything you need to do, but yours need to have better facts, be a lot more in depth. I kind of just wanted to show you kind of the outline of what it should look like. All right, and this is the course. Obviously, week 3 is going to be largely the same. It's going to have the same ideas. Week 3 is a lot less intense than the other 2 weeks, but that's because I want you to be working on your project with your group for most of week 3. So if you have any questions about the course, please shoot me an email. My email is all over the place, but at the bottom of the first page, you can see the contact form. And like I said, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be getting in contact with you to give you your groups in the next couple of days. If you have any questions, send me an email. Have fun this semester, guys.